So, this sort of centralized storage and distribution system, I've made videos on it before. Basically, I put all the things into these interconnected industrial storage containers and then sort of drag out whatever I need. Now, I've been using it on and off for a few different saves now. However, I came to the realization that it's basically just a main bus system with additional steps and extra points of failure. So when it came to Fixmas, I decided to make my Fixmas factory using a main bus, and I actually think it looks really cool. But essentially, the main bus is just everything goes onto a conveyor belt, and then when you need something off that conveyor belt, you split it off and split more off here. It is, for all intents and purposes, I didn't put the which one is it? That one? That one. For all intents and purposes, it is just a macro level manifold system, basically the same as the industrial storage containers I was using before, but simpler and neater, and I think it actually looks better. It takes up a fair bit of space. I would prefer that they were closer together, but doing that kind of, the splitters and conveyor lifts tend to clip through each other. It's gone back again. I must have forgotten to do all of them. I'll do them later. So anyway, the main bus, everything comes down, it all makes everything whatever, and it comes back down and goes onto, well, I've got a couple of smart splitters here. The first one puts them back onto the bus. Any overflow of that comes here to another smart splitter, which goes into storage first, and then any excess from that will go down into a sink. Now what I've done underneath here, this you don't actually have to do particularly, but I've got them all flowing back all the way around to here, back up to the start, just so all the buses start basically at the same place. All the conveyor belts are filling from this end. Now, there is an issue with this. You kind of have to plan ahead. You have to know what you're doing. There are a lot of things. Well, I think I'm using almost everything here except the stars. I sort of started a thing way over there, that last little conveyor belt there. But the stars themselves are never added onto any other machine, so you don't need to do that with the stars. The point being, you kind of have to know what is needing to go back onto the bus and what doesn't. Fixmas is a very simple sort of a thing because there's not actually all that much being produced. There's only, I don't know, a dozen or so different conveyor belts, all in the name of eventually making these well, we've got fireworks going on. Those also don't go onto the belt, back onto the bus, so they're just any excess being sunk. But what else we got in there? More fireworks and the Christmas stars. But personally, I actually really like the look of this. I think I mentioned it takes up room. Probably if I was doing it again, I would put all the manufacturing actually up on a higher floor. The bus would be like down on the bottom floor, and because this, I mean, I'm getting very close to the edge of the world, running out of room to build stuff. But yeah, I mean, as far as systems to create your factories go, if you're doing a mega factory, I actually quite like the main bus system. It just works nicely.